Hello everyone, my name is Evan Nisrada Pasaribu, and today I will present my final project on language contact in sociolinguistic course. So this topic is fascinating because it shows how language interact, influence each other, and evolve when speakers come into contact. So let's move to the topic. Uh, from the introduction, language contact refers to the situation where speakers of different language interact regularly. This interaction can happen through trade, migration, colonization, globalization, or even digital communication. When languages meet, they do not remain isolated. Instead, they influence each other in many ways. This topic is significant in sociolinguistics because it helps us understand how social interaction shapes language change, how new varieties emerge, and how cultural identity is expressed through language. Studying language contact also reveals the power dynamics between dominant and minority language. So we move to theoretical background. Several scholars have studied language contact in depth. The first, they are from Uriel Wenrich, 1953. It's defined language contact as the influence of one language on another through bilingual speakers. He emphasized that interference, such as borrowing words or structures, is a natural result of bilingualism. And Thomason and Kaufman, 1988, argued that language contact can lead to different outcomes. Simple borrowing of vocabulary, structural change, language shift, or even the birth of entirely new language such as Pidgin and Creoles. And Salikoko Mufwene highlighted the role of globalization, migration, and colonization in accelerating language contact. He explained that language are not static systems, but living organisms that adapt to social environments. So, from all of the theory show that language contact is not a single phenomenon, but a spectrum of processes that shape linguistic diversity. So I have several examples from Indonesia. So in Indonesia, language contact is part of everyday life. We have Dutch influence. During colonial times, many Dutch words entered Indonesian. The example is kantor, or we can say office, gratis, is free, and policy, which means police. So all of these words are now fully integrated into the language. From the English influence, in the modern era, globalization and technology have introduced English loanwords such as meeting, deadline, download, and software. These words are often used in professional academic contexts. From the local language, Indonesia is home to hundreds of local languages. So many local languages in Indonesia that we have There are Javanese, Sundanese, Bataknese, Betawi, and many. Uh, all of that like language expression often mix into Indonesian, especially in informal speech. For example, the Javanese word enggak. Enggak is widely used as a casual form of no. The example show how Indonesian has been shaped by both external and internal language context. From the global examples, language contact is not unique to Indonesia. It's a global phenomenon. Talk Pisin in Papua New Guinea. This Creole developed from English and local language. It is now one of the country's official languages. And Spanglish in the United States, a mix of Spanish and English. Spanglish is commonly spoken in bilingual communities, especially among Hispanic Americans. And then French and Arabic in Morocco. Speakers often switch between French and Arabic depending on context. It means show how colonial history and modern society influence language use. These cases demonstrate that language contact can lead to new varieties, bilingual practices, and even national languages. So, from the analysis, from all of that example that I gave, that I tell you, we can analyze the broader implication of language contact. First, language contact enriches vocabulary. Borrowed words often fill gaps in meaning or reflect new concepts. For instance, English loanwords in Indonesian are often related to technology and modern life. Second, language contact reflects identity and social status. Using English term in Indonesia can signal prestige, education, or modernity. Meanwhile, local expression maintain cultural identity and solidarity. And then, language contact can create entirely new language. Pidgins and Creoles are powerful examples of how human communication adapts to multilingual environment. And finally, language contact can also threaten minority language. When dominant language spread, smaller language may lose speakers and eventually disappear. This raises important questions about language preservation and cultural diversity. So, the conclusion of the material is language contact is a central topic in social linguistics. Why? Because it shows how language evolved through social interaction. It rich language creates new varieties and reflect cultural identity. But at the same time, it can endanger minority language when dominant ones take over. So, by studying language contact, we gain insight into the dynamic relationship between language and society. It reminds us that language is not just a system of grammar and vocabulary. It's a living reflection of human interaction history, and culture. So that is the material that can I give to you. So thank you so much for listening my presentation. I hope the material and this discussion has given you a deeper understanding of how language interacts and evolve through contact. So I have a message for you. Just please remember, language contact is not just about words. It's about people and cultures meeting, exchanging, and shaping the way we communicate. Thank you.